diversity, inclusion, accessibility, representativeness, because many people think it's a kind of fluffy, soft, this is how you make people feel thing about it. And it definitely is. Like, I love the idea of creating a space and environment where everyone feels welcome and safe and like they've got a voice to be heard. But what I like about it is that in order to have change, you have to do work really hard, and you have to change really core behaviours and processes and ways of doing what we do. And that knitting together of the soft stuff of realising that different people are different, and that's cool and that's good. But in order for that to change, you've got to really face some really tough decisions and really change things you might not want to. And if you do that, there's a really powerful outcome. For me, is what I find exciting. It's complex and important.
I'm interested in diversity, inclusion, accessibility, and all of the amazing values that OHT stands for, because for me it really is a question of fairness and fighting injustices. These values are really dear to me as I strive to fight the good fight in many aspects of my life.
Equality, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility means no barriers and an equitable future. It means being able to exist in this world freely and passionately, to be represented, have all voices heard, and having tech products that are inclusive of the varied people that it is marketed towards. That is what EDIA means to me.
Inclusivity to me means a feeling of belonging. And we all need to feel that we're part of something, whether that's a team, a tribe, a community, and fostering a culture of inclusiveness enables us to all feel that we belong. And with that sense of belonging comes the confidence for every individual to feel they have a voice.
My interest in equality and diversity and inclusion arises from a combination of personal experiences around race and religion, as well as observed disparities along other dimensions of diversity. We can all do more to ensure that no one is disadvantaged or discriminated, and that opportunities in health tech are fair for all.
Well, it's obvious we need an innovative health tech sector, and innovation thrives on diversity. Diversity is like the oxygen it needs to grow. And we need to dial up diversity in the health tech sector so that different people's perspectives are valued and can be heard, and the best health tech solutions will always be created.
I think the world of health tech needs greater diversity because not only does a lack of perspectives and experiences mean that ultimately ideas that you might have might not be challenged or as good as they could potentially be, but these ideas might actually have negative consequences. So a lack of diversity in training, in the data that is used to train algorithms, could potentially mean putting some people at risk. Or it could also mean potentially excluding some people from being able to access healthcare innovations because they're not designed with them in mind.
I think a relevant example of why health innovation needs more diversity is the well-known medical device pulse oximeters. I recalled reading how oximeters give biased results for people with darker skin, so people like me. This is one of many health innovations that will be used by a wide range of people. And in the absence of inclusive design practices and having representation at all levels of health innovation, these problems are bound to worsen. That is why diversity is important in health innovation and more broadly in society.
I'm really passionate about equality in the workplace because each and every one of us should have a fair opportunity for growth, meaningful development and career success. And that should not be limited by our gender, religion, our ethnicity, our age, our disability or our sexual orientation. And there's no doubt to me that by having a diverse workforce translates into a successful business. Because by having diversity across our organisation, we have the opportunity to see things from multiple viewpoints, which results in a truly rich culture. And in the words of Stephen Covey, strength lies in our differences and not our similarities.
The health innovation space needs to understand the diversity of the population that it involves so it can best serve them. That population exists across the entire health innovation landscape, from executives and policymakers and leaders to researchers and engineers to healthcare professionals, carers and patients. It's only by including and representing the diversity of individuals in the population across all of the health innovation landscape that overlooked issues are considered, and systemic improvements to inclusivity achieved.
Oh my God, I mean, why does the world of health innovation need more diversity? I think we've just got so many examples of what happens when it just goes completely wrong. Clinical trials where patient populations are vastly different from the communities where those medications are taken, tools that miss out whole types of health needs of populations, insert health apps without menstrual tracking. You've got policies and interventions that, unbeknownst to the designers, massively negatively affect certain groups, certain ethnicities, people with certain religious or cultural backgrounds. You've got websites and tools that simply can't be read by those people with accessibility challenges, and it just like the list goes on and on and on, and you realise that innovating in health is the stakes are really high. It's not about what are the risks of maybe advertising the wrong sock colour to you on your browser. These are life and death, so in order to make sure that health innovation works for everyone, we've got to get diversity right.